Hello there, and welcome back to Star Citizen Adventures in Alpha. Today we are going to be jumping straight into some more content. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment below to be entered into your chance to win a Origin 300i when we hit 300 subscribers. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in.
Alright, welcome back to Fleet Week. Actually, to be honest, no, this is no longer Fleet Week, but I just wanted to show you the fireworks one more time. To be completely honest, you will notice that I did not show the last 2 days' videos. To be honest, I recorded them and I found them boring, so I didn't release them. There were no new ships, nothing too exciting to see, and I was basically just running around looking at things that we've all seen before. So, we're going to jump in today. You will notice a bit of a change of clothing. Yep, and that is my weird face there. Yeah, so, changed into the Drake hat, changed into the Drake shirt. No more of that fleet stuff, no more of that UEE kind of stuff. We are going to be checking out Drake Defensecon today. Now, this is a little bit of a cool one for me. I thought, even though there's really nothing too impressive on tonight either, I thought I'd go ahead and talk about it anyway, just because I like Drake, I like these ships, and I like the fact that the fleet didn't invite them along, so they decided, F you guys, we're just going to throw our own show and put it right next door to yours. So, yeah, I like that a lot. So, you can see here we are in the New Babbage spaceport, not the Tobin Expo Center. We are sporting our nice new trench coat along with our Drake gear, and we are heading into Drake Defensecon. I do love the fact that Drake rolls out the red carpet for you quite literally as you head in. Jump on into the lift here, and we are headed to Defensecon. Alright, as we head in now, you can immediately see that this is no longer the expo hall. Some scuffs, some dirt, some marks there. Drake's not afraid to get a little bit dirty, so they're not afraid for their hull to be a little bit dirty. And you're also going to notice here a lovely little sign to the fleet. After the fleet launches, who will be left to protect you? We're going to head on over here, and just so that you are aware, these traveler screens, they will actually allow you to rent everything that's been on show at the IAE. At least I believe it's everything. There might be one or two things missing. Uh, Everything that is here at Drake, and I believe a few things that are not that were not shown this week as well. That is, if the screen cooperates, it could just do this right here and not give you much of anything. All right, let's try another screen here. And yeah, here you go. You've got Aegis, you've got Drake, you've got all the manufacturers, and yeah, there you go. Banu Defender has not been on display at Fleet Week, but it's in here. So yeah, that does show that there are some ships in this that are not that were not demonstrated at Fleet Week. If you want to rent those as well. Turning around and heading on into the show now, we have the Drake Red and Black, and we are looking right down the throat of a Caterpillar, Drake's big boy, at least for now. We are going to take a bit of a left from that though, and we will come back to it in a bit. First off, we are going to talk about the quintessential Drake ship, the Cutlass Black. Now this is a lovely ship. Anyone who is stepping up from a Titan starter package or anything like that that wants a little bit more functionality, a little bit of an all-rounder, something that can just literally jump in there and do just about anything. this is a ship that I highly, highly recommend. It's got a few jump seats in the back. It's got a nice cargo area back here. It can hold a rock if you want to go into mining or anything of that nature. It can hold ground vehicles, other ground vehicles if you want to mess around with those. It's a pretty decent little hauler. It's got a turret for a second person. It's also got a co-pilot seat, but it's still effective even if you don't have those. It's a Swiss Army knife. It does a bit of everything. Might not be the best at it, but you can certainly do it. Moving on from there, we have the Cutlass Red. So this ship is basically the same frame as the Black. Some slight amendments. It's got airlocks on the sides rather than doors, and it loses the turret at the top. But what you do gain is, if we jump back here for a minute, you've got 2 medical beds. So this replaces some of your cargo space, and if this was not a show, I'd be able to click on this red screen right here and set my preferred ICU, meaning that if I did do something stupid and get myself killed, I would respawn here instead of at the last easy hab. So if you are doing FPS kind of stuff, land this outside the cave, set your medical bay, and go to town with it. Moving on now, we're going to hit up the Cutlass Blue. My least favorite of the 3 Cutlasses, but only by a small margin. This is still a beautiful ship, still a very effective ship. Basically, whereas the red swaps out the cargo bay for med beds, this one, instead, we're just going to move on through here, and you're going to see these, I like to call them the coffins, but yes, I am aware they are not coffins. They are cryo storages for your criminals if you are a bounty hunter. And as you will see here, 1, 2, 3, stacked 2 deep on both sides, that gives you 12 bounties you can carry at once. So you can be a very busy bounty hunter with this ship. Yeah, it's a nice ship. I cannot fault it. We will jump back to that ship over there in a little bit. We are going to swing on down into the middle now and talk about the Caterpillar. Now, up until quite literally this week, this was the be-all and end-all of trade in this game. If you wanted to haul things from one place to another and sell them for a profit, you got a Caterpillar. Period. Now, this week that has been challenged, let's say. The C2 and M2 by Crusader have launched with more cargo space. Sorry, the C2 has more cargo, the M2 has slightly less. But they are also, they handle a bit better in atmosphere, they are a bit faster, and as I said, the C2 holds more. So, that definitely throws the Caterpillar into the shade a little bit more. However, this ship is going to get its own back. You see, this is a modular ship, or at least it will be. These 4 containers up here at the top, they actually disconnect from the main ship, and they will eventually be able to be replaced with other things. So, you want some extra living space, or you want a med bed, or you want an extra turret, or vehicle storage, or who knows what else. We don't know what the modules available will be, but we do know that there will be a few of them, and that you will be able to swap them out. The ship will also have a tractor beam up there in that red seat right there that you can see on top of that wing. That does mean that with these nice side opening doors and that tractor beam outside the ship, if you are looking to pick up some cargo, let's say in space from a less than reputable source, and you need to get out of there quickly, this ship is going to be able to be loaded much, much faster than a C2 or an M2 could be. So it will definitely have its place. Now then, heading back to the back of the hull, that ship that we passed by earlier, this is the Drake Herald. This is another ship that unfortunately its functionality is not live yet, and a lot of people dislike the kind of odd, lumpy look of this thing. For some reason, and I cannot tell you why, the giant engine strapped to a cockpit, I like it. So if we jump on in here, this is actually a single pilot ship. You can see there a little pilot seat in a quite tight little area. You also see that there's another seat back here. This ship's actually designed to park up somewhere on an asteroid or something and scan and listen and pick up data signals, intercept data signals. It's also designed to transport data. So all of that data running stuff that we keep hearing about, that we don't know exactly how it's going to work yet, this is the ship that's going to compete with the MSR for that. And I'm sure that each will have their pros and cons. Personally, I own an MSR, so I'm not likely to own this one, but I am interested to see how they handle it different. Moving on across the other side, we'll come back to the middle there in a minute. Over here we have the Buccaneer. Again, a Drake ship that I love even though I should hate. It is basically giant engines strapped to a chair with a load of guns and missiles taped on. The armor is pretty much made out of that duct tape that holds it all together, so don't get shot in this thing. But if you want to move quickly and cause a lot of damage to things, possibly even yourself, this is the ship for you. Yeah. Moving on then, we'll cut on in here into the middle. You'll see that there are some more of the Traveler terminals. There's also some Drake merchandise there, the hats, the t-shirts, and over here, a lovely little model of a ship that we're about to head over and talk about, the Drake Dragonfly. Now I've got a few of these in my hangar from previous subscriber rewards, but I don't know if I've got that one or if it's a new one, so I'm a bit curious about that. Some flyers and such, nothing to interact with there. Another one of the models here. They do look nice, don't they? I can't wait till I can actually put those on my desk in my Carrack. And then we move back here to the actual Dragonfly itself. Now this thing, a lot of people talk about it being a hover bike. This is not a hover bike. This is actually classed as an open snubcraft. It has size 1 weaponry, it can be launched in space, and it does operate in space. It is open top, so I hope you're wearing a spacesuit, but if you want to be Lobo or Cosmic Ghost Rider or whoever else, just winging it out there in space, there you go. It does not have a QT though, so it is short range. Nice little sitting area back here as well. Don't know what this guy's up to, but I don't feel that it's appropriate. No idea there. And now we're going to move into the holograms. So here we've got the Vulture. I have to say the red lighting here just immediately makes me think Sith, but moving on from there, we know that Drake definitely does not have any ties with the Sith. Unfortunately, the Vulture is a ship that, while I'm very curious about its gameplay, it does frustrate me quite a bit. If you watched my IAE video November last year, this ship looks nearly identical to a mining vessel in Eve, and I really think that it should have been changed up a bit more. It's just too close. It's basically the same ship. Yeah. I'm frustrated because I liked the look of the ship in Eve, but seeing it again in a different game just really kind of come on, you know, do something a bit different. Next up, we have the Corsair, another one of the asymmetric designs by Drake, officially classed as an explorer. A lot of people talk about it exploring the inside of other people's cargo holds. If you're a little bit less on the side of the law. Again, not one that appeals to me. I've got a Carrack, so if I'm going to explore, I'm going to be in that. But I can see how it appeals to some people. I don't like the guns all being on the wings that can be shot off, and all be fixed without gimbals. Now then, we'll head over to the other side, and there it is. Yeah, every time I see it. Now, these sold out before I could grab one up. Curse you, limited numbers and people with better F5 fingers than I have. But I will get one day. This is the Kraken. This is the Drake aircraft carrier in space. Available in the Kraken or the Kraken Privateer versions. These things are just phenomenal. They are beautiful, they are amazing. I love everything about them. I want one, I want a couple, I will keep having them all. Yeah, beautiful. We're going to go ahead and end it there. So thank you all for coming along with me tonight. We will catch up as things progress in the near future. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as to leave a comment below. Once we hit that 300 subscriber mark, we are going to be pulling off a competition for an Origin 300i. You will be entered once per comment per video for that, so definitely do that. And good luck to everyone who jumps into that, and see you in the next one.